Yo, what's up, big dog?
Hey, Mr. Too Busy. I mean, Kevin, how you doing, big dog?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing fantastic. How you doing?
How's life, you know?
It feels good to be free for it. It feels good to be free.
Okay, okay. What happened, man? I wanted to speak to you and you didn't show up.
I mean, listen, I wanted to speak to you yesterday, but you weren't interested in telling me what the fuck was happening. So,
Well, cause it's kind of like everybody's gonna speak to you. You know what I mean? Not just me. So that was
yeah,
the
I
whole
mean,
point. That was the whole point. We have a meeting with everybody and we can discuss everything, you know. But I guess you're too busy to show up. So
listen, I asked you like a specific question, like, hey, what's the latest drama that I allegedly involved myself with? And then you said, come around tomorrow if you want to find out. And then that was kind of
Well,
the end of our
listen.
conversation, you know?
Listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't want to get into something, but when we had a meeting planned, so we could discuss it. There's no point of me and you speaking, when the whole point is for everyone to speak at once. You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like if the meeting is purely ceremonial and the decision has already been made,
Listen,
then
especially
yeah,
if you
you're
feel
right.
like, especially if you feel like I'm biased, okay? Because you obviously feel that way. It'd be better if you spoke to everybody else, right? No, doesn't that make sense?
From that perspective, Ford, it does make sense. It does make sense. But you could also just give me a heads up. You know what I'm saying?
But what heads up of what?
I don't know. Whatever the fuck I was walking into. Because listen, me,
But
you,
you also,
and
I promise you, right? Listen, I mean, Kevin. I mean, it is what it is now, right? Like you decided what you want to decide, but there was nothing you were walking into. I genuinely were trying to resolve the problem, or you just didn't want to show up.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like when AK called me after the three of us had that meeting, or the four of us had that meeting, and the first thing he asked was for property back, I feel like maybe I did decide, like in that moment, that I was kind of done. And then everything else was just kind of like to see, oh, if it could still work. But every step of the way, like everybody just kept like recommitting to. Everybody just kept doubling down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, I guess we'll move on to the next topic I want to bring up to you. What's your plan with the free properties that you own in Seoul?
Um. Yeah, that's a sticky one. I'm not really too sure because obviously there's a pretty ruthless gang that operates out of that particular area. So I guess it kind of depends on like
Well,
how they feel about it.
I'll tell you this much: I'm willing to buy them from you.
Keep a cold beer for me.
Okay, how much?
Oh, what did you pay for them? I mean, I'd assume you would take whatever's inside out, right? Like, if you were to sell them,
Yeah.
or would you keep that in?
No, I mean I would take that shit out if I were to sell them, unless somebody wanted to buy it with all that shit in, which is possible, right? Because people want to farm at large scale and don't necessarily have a space to do it at the moment.
Okay, let's just say if you were to take out everything that's inside of it, right? How much you're looking for it?
You said it, honey.
Uh, I don't know, 1.5.
I will, all three of them?
No, each.
Each? Nah, this guy is fucking
Listen.
thick, bro.
Those buildings for it, I go to sleep, and if people were using those buildings, that's just making like 30, 40K a day, easy. In my sleep, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even have to wake up to make that money.
So you want 1.5 mil each?
I mean, listen, I
that'll be
prefer
4.5 mil.
to. Listen, I try to if I'm trying to move out and buy a whole ass new plaza, you know what I'm saying? Like I need some fucking money here.
Nah, no, you need some money, but that's you're tripling, you're overcharging by triple over here. You know what I mean?
I mean, to be fair, when I bought it though, the economy was quite a bit spoiling.
What, 2 weeks ago?
I didn't buy it 2 weeks. What are you talking about? I've been there like 2, 3 months.
I was not. It was like a month ago, Kevin.
It's more than a month because I paid fees on it at least twice. Probably like 2.5 months.
Listen, 1.5 mil for each villain is absurd. You know what I mean?
Give me a number. Give me a number. Keep in mind there are no commercial properties on the market, so I wouldn't be able to farm, get my operation going, make money doing moonshine. I wouldn't have a way to put the 100 washing machines I have in there. The people that are renting the facility and paying me passively, I wouldn't have that. So it's got to be worth it, you know? Or it's got to at least try to be fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't fuck you guys over any step of the way.
I'll give you 600K for each of them. Was that 1.8 mil?
I mean, that's not worth it, though. 600K if the property generates 40K a day. Make that in 15 days.
Yeah, but what do you mean, motherfucker? It generates what? Listen, I'm buying fucking 3 empty houses.
Yeah. I mean, but they're not empty right now.
Yeah, but
I'm saying everything is already done.
Yeah, but I'm talking about it being empty, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about these houses being empty.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about me shutting down all the operations that are already happening there.
I mean, you shut that down a long time ago, no? I mean, are you still up right now?
No, the rental shit. People there's like fucking 4 or 5 different groups that pull up and use it. When they use it, they pay me.
Okay.
That's what I was telling. I was telling somebody. I think maybe it was Mike that I might just turn the boat into rental farms, and if the gang didn't want to invest in building another farm, they could just use it because I don't really have any bad blood with anybody. You know what I'm saying? They would just pay like everybody else pays.
Let me discuss it with my boys. You know what I mean? And I'll try and give you a fair offer. That's fair for everybody, all right? What's like? Just come on, 1.5 million was ridiculous for each building. Like, what are you willing to come down to? You know what I mean?
I mean, listen. If I had my way with it, I would hold the property and just operate the business in a more diminished capacity. Let other people run it. I would do my shit elsewhere, and then I would just hold the property and do it that way. That would be like my ideal.
So you wanna hold the
Situation.
buildings but let somebody else operate out of it?
Yeah. That's probably the way that I would prefer to.
But you understand why that wouldn't work for us, right?
I understand why it wouldn't be your preferred
Yeah.
situation. But it's also one of those things where, like, I could probably shop it around to other people and trade that building for other buildings. There are probably other gangs that want farms. I'm saying, like, but obviously, like I said, don't have any issue with you specifically or the group, with the exception of a few things, right? So I'm not trying to like put people there that you guys don't fuck with that might cause issues down the line.
Okay, so listen, let me, we're talking about a lot of money right now. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
What are you willing to come down to? What is like? You know what I'm saying? So I can try and relay some information here. You know what I mean?
I mean, let me ask you, what if you don't buy all 3? What if you bought like 1, maybe 2?
Man, which one do you want to keep?
I'd probably keep the corner building.
That's the mechanic shop, right?
Yep. That one already has a business proposal on it.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, Kevin. I'd preferably want to buy all of them. But
How about this? Yep.
I mean, listen, like I said, I have to relay some information, so like, I can't really just make a choice right now. You just tell me what your options are. You know what I mean? Like, you tell me what you're willing to do, and I'll try and work with you as much as I can. You know what I mean?
I mean, let's say 1.5. Talk to them and then see what they say, and we can come back.
1.5 each.
Yep.
Yeah, I just gonna be a straight up no. Like, there's no, like, you know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous.
All right, listen. There are people who have offered me more than $1 million for these buildings as I've had them.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Are you willing to drop below 1 million per building?
Probably not. No.
Damn. Damn. All right. It's very hard for me to work with you here. You know what I mean?
I mean, it seems like there's no option where I get to stay in Little Seoul, so I may as well get what I can from whoever's willing to give me a, because at the end of the day, right? If the besties go belly up tomorrow, that's still the heart of the city. People are gonna want to be there. You're 1 block away from the apartments. Eventually, you know what I'm saying, like, there's gonna be shit for those storefronts that people are gonna want to have access to in those areas. You know what I'm saying? So it is a guaranteed investment. Like, the money will be made back.
I'm a brother. If this motherfucker didn't own the fucking buildings, bro, I would just shoot him. Yeah, no, fair enough. Alright, let me go. Okay, what's your lowest price?
1.4 million.
Per building. That's your lowest.
Yeah.
And what was the other option?
Well, the other option is I get to keep them and operate my shit, and then I don't know, maybe we work on like a tax or something, so I don't get fucking gunned down every other day.
Okay. How much would you say those buildings make in a week between the 3 of them?
Between the 3 of them, listen, I can clear $1 million a week if I want. If I sat there fucking 16 hours a day.
Well, you said
plus the rental,
30,
plus the
40K
mechanic.
a day, right? From each.
No, that was one building. That was one building with rental.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's not including the mechanic. That's not including my own work.
$1 million a week.
Easily. Like, not even trying type shit. You will generate that in gross revenue.
Okay. What if,
And that, listen, Ford,
what,
that's
and
before,
what if 20% of that went, what if 20% of that was taxed?
20% of $1 million? Nah, 200K a week is crazy. That's gross revenue. It's gross revenue.
I mean, listen, Kevin, like you said, it's the heart of the city, you know what I mean? It's a good place to be in, you know what I mean? They want to operate your business, I mean, shit. It costs money.
I mean, listen, 20% is crazy. Are you charging the fucking Civ gang 20% of what they're generating, or that other guy who has a farm?
I'm gonna have to start doing that. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Hey, you're a smart guy, you know what I mean, Kevin?
Yeah, I made it this far. I guess so.
I'm gonna have to start doing that. That's a real good idea. You think 20% is too high?
Yeah, 20% is too high.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm willing to drop down. You think about 17%?
5%. I'll do 5%. 5%, you're making like 100K a week, probably. Not 100K a week. You're making like 50K a week passively. What if we just did that? What if we just did a flat fee? I'm saying 50K a week type shit.
Ah, but 50K a week, like, oh, I don't know. Like, oh shit. What about like 150K a week? That's a bit more, you know what I mean? Like, that's 50K per building. You know what I mean? I feel like that's fair.
50K a building?
Yeah, 150K a week.
How about 25K a building?
Nah, I think 50K a building is pretty fair, you know?
I don't know. 100K, 150K a week is fucking quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like 50K a week is that steep, big dog. I mean, for someone like you, Kevin, you know what I'm saying? Like, a genius, you know what I'm saying? Businessman, individual, that, has all these properties that make 40K a day. What is 50K a week, really? You know what I mean? That's like pennies to you, you know what I mean? That's chump change for someone like you know what I mean?
I mean, listen, you're right, but I imagine that this tax doesn't come with any actual benefits other than, you know, maybe
Well, it comes
you
with a
keep
lot of
future
benefits.
life.
It comes with a lot of benefits. Your businesses get to run. That's a pretty good benefit, no?
I mean, but I can sell this shit and then wait 6 months for a new property and operate somewhere else.
Yeah, but in 6 months you could make how much money? You know what I mean? 6 months of having no...
fucking 20-30 million
Yeah,
dollars.
so there you go. So there you go. You know what I mean? Like, you're missing out on how much money in 6 months' time. Come on. Like, you're not stupid. You know what I mean?
Like money. Yeah. I mean,
Hey, you good, big dog?
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you good.
No,
You
that's
good.
all on me. That's all me, brother.
I just think about it. You know, you pay the 150 a week, or you lose out on the millions. I mean, it's up to you. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, there are ways around this. It's just like I would prefer to like try and keep things as kosher as possible. You know?
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm giving you a phone call. You know, that's why. Hey.
Yeah.
So honestly, 50k per building don't sound that bad.
I mean, I'm just saying, 50K total sounds way the fuck better.
Nah, I won't. Nah. I don't think so. 50k total sounds a bit light. You know?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I had every opportunity to fuck everybody over to the max, you know what I'm saying? And I took none of those opportunities.
And that's true. But I mean, you're also not stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you know for a fact if that would have happened, then you'd have been fucked over for a very long time. Because it goes both ways. Like, you're not dumb, Kevin. You know what comes with fucking a silver like that, you know? So.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, I feel like 150K a week is what you would tax if you saw no other way to get the property and you still wanted to fuck my businesses over a little bit. Because 150K a week is like
Okay, let's
like
get to this.
it's like half the profit.
Let's
on
break
the
it down to this, right? Your option one is you're willing to sell your properties, but you want 1.4 million per, right? And option two is you're willing to get taxed for operating Little Seoul, right? That's the
Sure.
two options we have. Or do you have another
That's
one?
the two options I have with you, right? Then option 3 is I sell it to other people who have already offered me the opportunity to sell it to them for more than 1 million, probably not 1.5, but probably pretty close to 1.4. Option 4 is do shit for another group or multiple other groups in the city and trade them the property, transfer them the property, let them operate it, and then just pay me. Option 5 is like
Okay.
just fucking disappear for a little bit and just see how things work out with the besties when future really gets to business with everybody else in the gang. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's more than 2 options.
Okay.
I prefer option 2.
I mean, you also
the
have
tax
option
one.
7, right? Where you get gunned down and fucking you can't operate no business, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's the option 2, right, Kevin?
What, that we said that's
Well,
option
whenever
7?
you fucking run a business and let's say we pull up and rob it every fucking day, you get gunned
I
down
mean,
like
then
a dog inside of it. That's another option, no? But hey, we're trying to keep
Then
it
it's
civil
just
here,
another
right?
group.
We're trying to keep it civil
Then
here,
it's
right?
just another group. Then at that point, it's just I just go to another group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it civil, though. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to negotiate with you, and you're bringing up some fucking, you know what I mean, crazy options over here.
I mean, you were telling me options. I was giving you the whole list.
Yeah, and I know. I finished the list. I gave you the real full list. That was the whole list of options.
Oh my god.
You know what? I tell you what. You know, I'll go speak to my boys. We'll discuss some options, and then I'll speak to you tomorrow. All right?
All right, sounds good.
All right.
All right, bye.